Our homes tell the story of our lives, each corner, each keepsake, a reminder of where we've been and what we cherish most. Yet, as the years go by, these stories can begin to overwhelm the space around us. A home filled with memories should feel warm and welcoming, not chaotic or cluttered. Have you ever looked around and thought, where do I even begin? You're not alone. Decluttering isn't about letting go of the past, it's about curating your space to reflect the life you love today. Together, we'll explore 19 sources of clutter and gentle, practical ways to bring serenity back to your home. Before we get started, share where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our community of wisdom and advice. Let's begin with one of the most common culprits, those beloved yet overcrowded bookshelves. 1. Outdated paperwork. Do you have piles of bills, receipts, or medical documents crowding your desks and drawers? Over time, this mountain of paperwork can turn even the tidiest home into a cluttered maze. It's not just about space, it's about peace of mind. Imagine the relief of knowing exactly where to find your important documents when you need them. Take Harold, for example. A retiree overwhelmed by years of accumulated paperwork, he turned decluttering into a soothing ritual. Each week, while listening to his favorite jazz records, Harold sorted, filed, and shredded old papers. Soon, what felt like a daunting task became a moment of relaxation. You can start small. Invest in a simple filing system with clearly labeled folders for essentials like legal papers and medical records. For everything else, consider scanning and storing them digitally using a USB drive or cloud storage. Finally, create a mail sorting station near your entryway to prevent future clutter. A little organization goes a long way. 2. Overcrowded bookshelves. Bookshelves hold treasures of knowledge, adventure, and memories, but too many books can turn a cozy corner into a chaotic mess. When shelves are overloaded, it becomes harder to appreciate the titles you love, and the room may feel smaller and more cluttered. Take Mary, a retired teacher who had spent decades collecting books. Though she loved them, the sheer volume began to overwhelm her living space. One day, she decided to part with books she no longer read, donating them to a local library. The result? Her shelves became a showcase of her most beloved titles, paired with framed family photos and small potted plants. Her once cluttered room transformed into a calming, welcoming haven. You can do the same. Choose books that truly resonate with you and donate the rest to libraries or book swaps. For a balanced look, incorporate decorative items like photo frames or keepsakes to break up the visual heaviness. Your shelves can tell a story. Let it be one of joy and simplicity. 3. Overstocked closets. Closets often hold more than just clothes. They store memories, aspirations, and even a bit of nostalgia. But when clothes from decades ago take up valuable space, it can feel overwhelming to find what you actually wear. A cluttered closet doesn't just waste space, it steals time and energy every day. Joan, a retired nurse, faced this exact challenge. Her closet was packed with outfits from her career, special events, and more than a few impulse buys. Instead of struggling alone, she invited friends over for a clothing swap. They laughed, reminisced, and exchanged pieces that no longer suited them but brought joy to others. By the end of the day, Joan's closet was organized, and she felt lighter, both physically and emotionally. Try the 1-year rule. If you haven't worn it in the past year, it's time to donate or pass it on. For sentimental items like a wedding dress or a favorite sweater, consider turning them into keepsakes like pillows or framed textiles. Decluttering your closet is more than just organizing, it's reclaiming space for the person you are today. 4. Unused or duplicate kitchen items. The kitchen is the heart of the home, but it can quickly become a clutter hotspot. Over the years, duplicate utensils, chipped mugs, and unused gadgets can pile up, leaving cabinets overcrowded and counters chaotic. Cooking should be a joy, not a battle for space. Margaret, a retired chef, realized her kitchen was filled with tools she rarely used: 3 potato peelers, a bread machine gathering dust, and countless mismatched mugs. One weekend, she decided to simplify. She kept her favorite utensils and donated the rest to a local charity. The result? A streamlined kitchen that made her daily cooking routine more enjoyable and stress-free. Start by sorting through your items. Keep only what you use regularly and store seasonal or rarely used appliances, like turkey roasters or ice cream makers, in less accessible cabinets. This will free up space for the tools you rely on every day. A clutter-free kitchen is not just functional, it's a space that invites creativity and calm. 5. Inherited furniture and decor. Heirlooms often come with stories and memories, but they can also bring a sense of obligation. A large china cabinet or an ornate armchair from a loved one may hold sentimental value, but not fit into your current home or lifestyle. Keeping these items can make your space feel cramped and less you. Helen, a retired school teacher, faced this dilemma with her grandmother's beloved rocking chair. While she treasured the memories tied to it, she didn't have the space to keep it in her small apartment. To honor the piece, she took a photograph and wrote down her favorite memories. Then she passed it on to her niece, who was thrilled to receive it and had the perfect place for it. It's okay to let go. Consider repurposing heirlooms. Turn vintage linens into throw pillows or quilts, or refinish old furniture to suit your style. If that's not an option, gifting these items to family or friends ensures they remain appreciated. By letting go of what doesn't fit, you make room for what truly reflects your current life while still preserving the memories. 6. Decor that no longer reflects you. Our homes evolve just as we do, but sometimes our decor gets stuck in the past. That collection of figurines you once adored, or the heavy drapes you've had for years, may no longer resonate with your current style. Over time, these items can weigh down your space and no longer bring you the joy they once did. Consider Janet, a retired librarian who found her walls covered in outdated art that no longer inspired her. After a trip to the coast, she swapped the old paintings for a vibrant tapestry she fell in love with and added framed photos from her travels. Her living room transformed into a space that made her smile every time she walked in. Take a fresh look at your decor. If an item doesn't spark joy or reflect who you are today, it may be time to let it go. Replace it with pieces that truly resonate and simplify your displays with minimalist shelving to highlight what matters most. Refreshing your decor isn't just about aesthetics. It's about creating a home that feels authentically you. 7. Sentimental items without a purpose. Sentimental items are often the hardest to part with. From old trophies to vacation souvenirs and childhood keepsakes, these objects carry memories that are deeply personal. But over time, they can accumulate and take over precious space, making it harder to truly enjoy them. Tom, a retired firefighter, faced this challenge with boxes of mementos he had collected over decades. Rather than keeping everything tucked away, he created a memory wall where he displayed a rotating selection of meaningful items: his first firefighter badge, photos from family vacations, and a framed postcard from his honeymoon. The rotating displays allowed him to celebrate his memories without cluttering his space. You can try similar strategies. Digitize old photos and letters to preserve them in a modern, space-saving way. Create themed memory boxes for smaller keepsakes so they're easy to revisit when nostalgia strikes. Honoring your past doesn't mean keeping everything. It means curating the pieces that truly matter in a way that complements your present life. 8. Too much furniture. Furniture is essential for comfort, but having too much can make your home feel crowded and difficult to navigate, especially as mobility becomes a greater concern. Overfilled rooms can create visual and physical obstacles, detracting from the peace and functionality of your space. Take Bob and Linda, a retired couple who realized their oversized sectional sofa was dominating their living room. It made the space feel cramped and left little room for movement. They decided to downsize, replacing it with a sleek loveseat and a recliner. This change opened up their living room, making it both more inviting and easier to move around. Consider choosing multi-purpose furniture like storage ottomans or coffee tables with hidden compartments. These pieces maximize functionality without adding clutter. Rearranging or reducing furniture can create a more spacious and serene environment tailored to your needs. A well-arranged home isn't just about aesthetics. It's about creating a space that works for you now. 9. Neglected storage spaces: garage, basement, attic. Garages, basements, and attics are often the forgotten corners of the home, turning into dumping grounds for items we don't know what to do with. Over time, these spaces can become overwhelming, making it hard to find what you actually need or use. Tom, a retired engineer, decided to tackle his cluttered garage with the help of his kids. They turned the decluttering process into a family project, unearthing forgotten treasures like his father's old toolbox. Together, they decided what to keep, what to donate, and what to discard, sharing stories along the way. By the end, Tom not only had a functional garage, but also cherished the memories made with his family. You can do the same. Start small, tackling one shelf or box at a time. Use clear bins and labels to organize what you keep, so everything is easy to find. Enlist the help of family or friends to make the process less daunting, and maybe even fun. A well-organized storage space isn't just practical, it's a weight lifted off your mind. 10th, neglected maintenance items. Sometimes clutter isn't just about the things you keep, it's about the things you've overlooked. Broken appliances, tangled cords, and unfinished repairs can add to a sense of disarray, making your home feel less functional and more chaotic over time. Paul, a retired engineer, found himself surrounded by a growing list of neglected tasks. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, he set a goal to fix one item a week. From repairing a wobbly chair to organizing his tangled mess of cords, Paul slowly transformed his home into a space he felt proud of again. You can start by creating a simple maintenance checklist. Tackle one project at a time, spreading tasks across the year to avoid burnout. Recycle old electronics and donate or discard items that no longer work or serve a purpose. A little maintenance goes a long way in creating a home that feels both functional and peaceful. 11th, expired medications and toiletries. Bathrooms can quickly become cluttered with expired medications, half-used toiletries, and beauty products bought in bulk. Not only do these items take up precious space, but expired medications can pose serious safety risks if used accidentally. Lily, a retired nurse, realized her bathroom cabinets were overflowing with unused items. She took an afternoon to sort through everything, discarding expired medications and consolidating toiletries into smaller labeled bins. With clear storage containers and drawer dividers, she transformed her bathroom into a functional and calming space. Take a cue from Lily and make it a habit to regularly check for expired medications and products. Many pharmacies offer safe disposal programs for old medications, ensuring they're discarded responsibly. Organize what you keep into labeled containers for easy access and a clutter-free bathroom. A clean, organized bathroom isn't just aesthetically pleasing, it's safer and easier to use every day. 12th, old technology and cords. Outdated gadgets, mystery chargers, and a tangled web of cords. Sound familiar? Over the years, these items can pile up in drawers, closets, or even under furniture, taking up valuable space and causing unnecessary frustration when you actually need something. Paul, a retired IT specialist, decided to take control of his tech clutter. He set up a small tech station in a decorative box, storing only the gadgets and chargers he used regularly. Each cord was labeled, and everything else, like old flip phones and broken devices, was responsibly recycled at a local e-waste facility. The result? A neat and accessible setup that saved him time and eliminated stress. You can do the same. Start by sorting through your old technology and cords. Keep what you need and label it for easy access. Recycle or donate the rest to free up space and keep your home organized. A decluttered tech area doesn't just look better, it makes life a lot easier. 13. Unorganized craft or hobby supplies. Hobbies bring joy and creativity, but without proper storage, they can quickly lead to messy, cluttered spaces. Yarn tangled in corners, paint spilling from boxes, or tools scattered across the room can make it harder to enjoy your favorite activities. Nancy, a retired artist, found her craft supplies taking over her home. Determined to regain control, she repurposed an old dresser into a dedicated craft station. Each drawer was labeled for different materials, paintbrushes, fabrics, and tools, all neatly organized and easy to find. With her supplies in one place, she found her projects more enjoyable and stress-free. If your hobby materials are spread out, dedicate a specific area for them. Use labeled bins, shelves, or even repurpose furniture like Nancy did. Keeping everything in one space not only reduces clutter, but also makes your hobbies more accessible and fun. An organized craft area isn't just functional, it's a space that fuels your creativity. 14. Overcrowded sentimental displays. Sentimental displays are a beautiful way to showcase cherished memories, but overcrowding them can overwhelm the eye and diminish their impact. Too many family photos, souvenirs, or trinkets in one area can make even meaningful items feel cluttered. David, a retired traveler, loved collecting souvenirs from his adventures. Over the years, his living room became packed with mementos from every trip. To bring back balance, he started rotating his displays seasonally. Each quarter, he'd highlight a selection of his favorite pieces while storing the rest safely. This simple change made his space feel fresh and allowed every item to shine when it was on display. You can create a similar system by curating your sentimental items. Showcase a few meaningful pieces and store others in labeled boxes for easy access. Seasonal rotations keep things feeling fresh without overcrowding your home. A curated display allows each memory to stand out, bringing joy without the chaos. 15. Unfinished projects. Unfinished projects can quietly take over your space and your mind. Half-completed puzzles, DIY endeavors, or craft projects started with enthusiasm but abandoned along the way can pile up, creating clutter and a sense of guilt. Linda, a retired teacher, had a quilt she started years ago but never finished. The unfinished project weighed on her every time she saw it. Seeking motivation, she joined a local sewing group. With their encouragement, Linda completed her quilt in just a few months and felt an incredible sense of accomplishment. If you have unfinished projects, take an honest inventory. Ask yourself if each one is worth completing. If it is, set a realistic deadline and schedule time to work on it. If not, consider donating the materials or letting them go entirely. Decluttering unfinished projects frees your space and your mind for the activities that truly bring you joy. 16. Items you're saving. Just in case. We all have them, items we hold on to just in case. Whether it's empty jars, old magazines, or supplies for a project you might tackle someday, these what-if items can quietly accumulate, taking up valuable space without ever being used. George, a retired handyman, had a garage full of scrap wood he'd been saving for future projects. One day, he realized he hadn't used most of it in years. Instead of letting it gather dust, he donated the wood to a local community workshop, where it found new life in the hands of eager builders. The result? George freed up his garage and felt great about helping others. You can manage these just-in-case items by setting limits. Designate a single bin or shelf for such items and regularly review their usefulness. If you haven't used something in over a year, it might be time to let it go. Simplifying your space means embracing the present, not being weighed down by the maybes of the future. 17. Unused outdoor equipment. Outdoor spaces are meant to be relaxing, but they can easily become cluttered with unused gardening tools, broken lawn chairs, or forgotten sports equipment. These items not only take up space, but can make sheds and patios feel disorganized and uninviting. Bob and Sally, a retired couple with a love for gardening, found their outdoor storage overflowing with gear they hadn't touched in years. Instead of letting it go to waste, they organized a neighborhood yard swap. They exchanged items they no longer needed with neighbors and even made new friends in the process. Their patio and shed became functional again, and they loved the sense of community the swap created. To reclaim your outdoor spaces, sort through your equipment. Donate, sell, or swap items you no longer use. For what you keep, invest in weatherproof bins or a small shed to keep everything organized and protected from the elements. A tidy outdoor area is not just practical. It's a space where you can truly enjoy the fresh air and unwind. 18. Overfilled junk drawers. Ah, the infamous junk drawer, a catch-all space for rubber bands, batteries, old keys, and who knows what else. While it may seem small, an overflowing junk drawer can contribute to a sense of disorganization in your home, making it harder to find what you actually need. Carol, a retired teacher, decided to tackle her out-of-control junk drawer after spending too much time searching for a pair of scissors. She dumped everything out, sorted the items into categories, and used small dividers to create labeled sections for tools, spare change, and stationery. Her once chaotic drawer transformed into a tidy mini utility station that saved her time and frustration. Take inspiration from Carol. Empty out your junk drawer completely. Discard what's unnecessary and organize the rest with dividers or small containers. Labeling sections ensures everything has a place and stays that way. Even the smallest changes, like an organized junk drawer, can make your home feel more peaceful and efficient. 19. Unused holiday decorations. Holiday decorations bring joy and nostalgia, but over the years, they can accumulate into an overwhelming collection. Old ornaments, tangled light strands, and outdated wreaths often take up precious storage space, leaving you with more headaches than holiday cheer. Helen, a grandmother with a love for Christmas, realized her collection of ornaments had grown too large for her to display. Instead of keeping them all, she carefully selected her favorites and gifted many to her grandchildren, passing on memories while downsizing with love. With her remaining decorations, she organized everything into labeled, stackable bins, making future holiday setup a breeze. You can do the same. Sort through your decorations, keeping only the pieces that bring you joy or hold significant sentimental value. Donate or gift the rest to family, friends, or local charities. Use labeled containers for neat and efficient storage. Streamlining your holiday decorations means less stress and more time to enjoy the season with your loved ones. Decluttering your home isn't about erasing your past. It's about creating a space that honors your memories while making room for peace and joy in the present. By tackling one area at a time, you'll find that even small changes can make a big difference. Remember, it's not about perfection, but about creating a home that reflects the person you are today. So, which area will you start with? Share your decluttering journey in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tips to simplify and enhance your life. You've got this.